Hello guys, welcome to this week's video where we're talking things that you should thrift instead of buying retail. Specifically kind of for beginners, but I think this is relevant for anyone interested in thrifting. But I have learned in my time as a thrifter that there are definitely things you should not be buying retail full price. You should instead just be waiting until you find them at the thrift store because they're plentiful, cheaper that way, and good quality. So we're gonna talk about that today, and I'm gonna give you some of my little tips along the way. If you don't know me, my name is Sienna. I do a lot of thrifting vlogs, but we're in my vintage store. If you're in New York, come and shop, and that's my story. So let's get into the video. Okay, number one basic, which I think I've seen plenty of in my thrifting lifetime, but I'm also confident you can find at your little tiny thrift store. Okay, listen up. An oversized black sweater. You might be thinking, why would I want that? I'm gonna tell you why. An oversized black sweater is one of the most versatile things I feel like you can have in your wardrobe. I think it carries through a lot of different seasons. Having an oversized black sweater, you can layer collared things under it. You can put it with a skirt, with a dress, jeans, like it just goes with a lot of things. So I definitely think you should be looking to add that to your closet. But I do think it is a relatively basic thing you can find at the thrift store. Vintage sweaters in general are usually going to be better quality than things you're going to be buying retail nowadays, because a lot of these retail stores, Zara, H&M, they're not using the same quality materials that they did back then. So your best bet is thrifting them, and they definitely are common. I recently thrifted this one from, I think it's Gap, but it's the perfect fit, like oversized fit, and I'm so excited I thrifted it in August because I feel like it's really going to be perfect for the fall season. For this one though, I would advise checking the men's section versus the women's section, because I found a lot of my like basic black oversized sweaters in the men's section. They're just more likely to be that oversized look in the men's section as opposed to the women's. Also, it being a basic item, it's not going to be necessarily so visually eye-catching that it is going to be sought after, or it's not going to be a competition piece at the thrift store, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you could go at the end of the day at a thrift store and still find an amazing, great quality black oversized sweater. But also just take a look at the sweater section in general, especially this time of year. You'll definitely find some quality pieces. Next, kind of controversial and definitely slept on, is the black swim skirt, and just the swim section in general I feel like is vastly overlooked. Not only because I don't think it's common to thrift a swimsuit, but I don't think people go to the thrift store specifically looking for secondhand swimsuits. Some people find it gross too, so they skip that section altogether, but I like looking in that section because there's a lot of little mini swim skirts that can definitely be disguised as like a regular everyday skirt wear, especially like a swim material is kind of adjacent to more of like an athleisure-y like workout kind of material. So it doesn't look that out of place if you're wearing just like a black little mini swim skirt. I'll insert some of my favorites. But let's see, we also have, okay, wait, I'm gonna show you some examples here. What do we got in store? Okay, I think our black mini skirt has sold, but I love this little mini one. It is a cute little summery pattern. I would definitely check the swim section before they take the swim section away this season. With swim in general, there are shorts underneath it, so you don't really have to worry about like the coverage, whereas if you are buying retail, it is made for everyday wear, not swim, so they might not come with those built-in shorts. Additionally, you can find little swim shorts. Like, you see, this is kind of disguised. It's like a little spandexy workout type of material. It doesn't look that swimmy like from far away. Maybe if you're up close and like feeling it, but if anyone's doing that to you, a little bit weird. But I love these little booty shorts, and these have very much been in this season, and that was my life hack, finding these in the swim section. So before they take the section away, check for the skirts, check for the mini shorts. I also recently found a little swim dress that I think I'm gonna wear as a regular dress. I'll insert a clip of that. Definitely underrated section, you should definitely check out. I think pretty much every thrift store I've been to with a swim section has a black mini skirt, so you're missing out. Do not buy your black mini skirts retail. Okay, moving on. We have kind of like a structured blouse or button up. I'm thinking like basic white here because I feel like that's what's most versatile in my closet, like layering under sweaters, under vests, even just as is, leaving unbuttoned for like a summer season. Very versatile piece, and I think a good addition to anybody's wardrobe. But I definitely think you should be thrifting this as opposed to buying retail. So many middle-aged moms be donating their like work button-up shirts, so there's plentiful at the thrift stores. It's more about finding one that kind kind of fits you how you want. I have two like white blouses, collared shirt things. One is fitted and one is oversized because I feel like both kind of provide something different in my wardrobe. This is one, but not exactly what I was referring to. As you can see, it has like sparkles down it, which, hey, if you're into that, you're not getting something with that much character and spunk at a retail store, right? You gotta thrift that. But just like the black sweater, I don't think this is like an eye-catching piece that is jumping out to people at the thrift store. So they get passed by a lot, and there's usually a lot of options to choose from. And a lot of good brands too, like Loft, Banana Republic, and Taylor. Like, yes, those aren't like cool hip brands nowadays, but they kind of specialize in that like middle-aged woman workwear. And that's how you know you're getting a good fitted blouse, if it's made by those people that kind of like specialize in it. So definitely don't pay full price for that. You can certainly find that at the thrift store. Next one is kind of like optional, but I definitely would push for it. A lot of people also sleep on like the lingerie pajama section, and not that this is necessarily like a wardrobe essential, but for people that are looking to like, you know, go out to the bar and want something a little more spicy, check the lingerie section. They put a lot of like even dance costumes in there that can kind of double as like a going out top or like something lacy and cute. I have found plentiful of my going out tops in the lingerie / pajama section. And then also is nice too because you don't really have like, I'm sure that's not a problem for a lot of people, but for me personally, I love expressing my individuality complex. And if you are thrifting a very unique going out shirt, you're not gonna run into somebody that's wearing the same shirt as you out at a bar. But I also think the lingerie like section kind of can incite some creativity on like how to style things like slip dresses for going out wear, because I think traditionally a lot of us default to like jeans and a black crop top. And if you are looking to spice up, you know, your going out outfits, I definitely think you should check out the lingerie section. Our lingerie rack is back there. I don't know what we have right now, but let's see. This one's just kind of like a cute little baby doll top. I think it would be really cute styling a little mini skirt or little booty shorts and then like knee-high boots. But I just think it like allows a little more personality to show as opposed to like just the plain black crop top. I mean, you could also wear this on other occasions like in the summer. It's just very light and airy. Okay, this one too, just kind of like a plain black tank, but it has cute little lacy ruffles and like more of a unique top than you would find in the traditional like tank top section of the thrift store because it is lingerie. But I just think it's another place to check in the thrift store where like other things could get put and just provide a little more uniqueness and variety in your wardrobe. Okay, this season is approaching, so I thought I would speak on it, but please check the Halloween section of your thrift stores. They're about to put them out any minute if they're not already out, but like you should actually be at the thrift store on the day the Halloween section is added. If you don't know when that is, call your store, okay? I know people that have found Gunny Sacks dresses in the costume department of the thrift store because they put like very eccentric things in there, very unique things, because they don't think it's like straightforward everyday clothing. You can find cool fringed leather vests, little beaded skirts, anything that is kind of more of a statement piece potentially could end up in the Halloween section. And I do think that is important to thrift and a good place to thrift that, because statement pieces should be a statement. There has to be some uniqueness to them. And if you are getting them at this like retail copy and paste type store, how much of a statement is it? You know, but also sustainable. So I just think in general, thrifting and vintage is the best place to find statement pieces when you're actually searching for it in the thrift store. Do not pass up the Halloween section, okay? That's where you're gonna find the goods. I actually should be calling the stores around and figuring out when it is for me because I need to pounce. Also, the obvious answer is get your Halloween costume from the thrift store. There's no reason you need to be buying your Halloween costume firsthand. I know you wear that once and then you never wear it again because I know you're not going to repeat your Halloween costume. Yup. Okay, so basically, if you have a character in mind, you can thrift these basic type of garments at the thrift store to formulate this outfit for that character or whoever you're being. But aside from that, the Halloween costume section in the thrift store could also provide like actual retail Halloween costumes that were donated. So please check that section out. Do not buy your Halloween costume retail. Okay, next, one of my favorite, belts. I have an extensive belt collection. All of them are thrifted, but I think belts provide such personality to an outfit, not only in color, but texture, design. Like, that can really pull an outfit together. And you are going to find your most unique belts at a thrift store, period. Retail cannot recreate that like uniqueness. Aside from that, a lot of these retail stores are not using real leather unless you want to pay an arm and a leg, but thrifted, vintage, belts from decades ago, those were made with higher quality materials like leather, and you can get them at a cheap price at the thrift store. So there's no reason why you need to spend $65 on a belt. Thrift it, okay? I'm gonna insert some photos or videos of some of my favorite belts because I'm such a belt girly. I just think it adds so much fun and flair to an outfit. And if you're not using belts in your outfit, think about it, okay? Just think. So many opportunities. Let me see what belts we have in store. Okay, not gonna lie, we're a little bit sparse on the belts here, but if you can see, that little fabric one is so fun. Like fun little stripes, pops of color, pull from the belt and use those colors in other parts of your outfit. It helps push your outfits, I will say. But note to myself that I need to go thrift more belts. Okay, moving on. Your basic baby tee. Listen, I have also fallen victim to the Brandy Melville baby tees. I know they're good. I know Ritzia has good ones too. And I go through white baby tees like no tomorrow because I get stains on them. I stretch them out, what have you. And every now and then in an emergency, I will fall victim to a Brandy Melville baby tee, okay? They do it right. I do thrift a lot of Brandy Melville at the thrift store. Don't sleep on that. But aside from that, I do think you have a fair chance of thrifting white, black, basic colored baby tees at the thrift store. I know not everybody has this privilege because it's usually like straight sizes, but for me, I love shopping the kids section because that is a very similar fit to what I would want in a baby tee. So I usually am just wearing like size 12 or 14 girls baby tee, and that's what works for me. I actually have found a decent amount of larger size baby tees in the women's section, so don't feel super like turned off or thinking it's impossible if you're not like an extra small or a small. Like, they definitely do exist, but I do think, I'm telling you, in the 2000s and earlier, they used higher quality material that is actually 100% cotton and has that kind of vintage, timeless look to that baby tee that I know we're all going for. So at least give it a shot before you turn to retail, because I truly have like 5 white baby tees right now and they all fit me a little bit different, which is good for different reasons. But yeah, basics like that do often get overlooked, and I just feel like a lot of people donate stuff like that because they're like, oh, this is a boring shirt, I'm gonna get rid of it. So yeah, definitely shop there for your just basic straightforward t-shirt. Last section here, I'm kind of putting these as a 2-in-1. Leather jackets and denim jackets. I am so sorry, very few and far between retail stores, Urban Outfitters, Zara, none of them are using real leather. It looks crappy, it looks fake, it looks thin. Like these like moto style leather jackets they're trying to like sell, people are still paying like $90 for, and it's like, it's the fakest leather ever, and they market it as vegan leather, and you think you're doing something good buying it. Okay, maybe, but it's still like 90% plastic and it's not gonna last you, so it's not very sustainable to add to your wardrobe. But a lot of these jackets that are vintage, racing jackets, leather jackets, denim jackets, they're durable. They survive the generations, so they get passed down, eventually donated, and that's when it's your time to go and thrift it from the thrift store. Like, leather jackets look best when they've already been like worn in and it's like broken in and stuff, and you're not gonna get that buying at retail either. So you have like, check the men's section, please, for the love of God. There's definitely some in there. Same with denim. Denim is not made in the same quality nowadays. It used to be 100% cotton. Now you got some spandex, some polyester, some nylon, all smushed into the new jean formula now, and it's just, it does not sit the same. The structure isn't the same. The quality isn't the same. I'm sure there are places you can find 100% cotton denim jean jackets, but they are super expensive, where you can get them for so cheap at the thrift store. This is one of my favorite denim jackets I've ever thrifted from the thrift store. Such cool detailing. The uniqueness retail stores could never, okay? You can find basic denim jackets as well, but like, you're not finding this in the retail stores. Nikki found this cool vintage denim vest with all these old patches. It doesn't have the same effect as like a jean jacket that's been passed down and has accumulated patches over time, you know? But your leather racing jackets, your leather blazers, they will be the highest quality at the thrift stores, also be the cheapest at the thrift stores. You're doing yourself a disservice not to shop those sections, because otherwise you're paying an arm and a leg at retail stores for these big bulky jackets. Even if they're not at your thrift store, check Poshmark, eBay. It is still probably cheaper than buying retail, which is literally going to be worse quality. So give her a chance, please. These are my tips, just my little 2 cents. You can take it or leave it. I've been doing this full time for like 4 years, so I may know a couple things, but it also depends on what part of the country you're in, depends on how much time you have to go to the thrift stores. But if you don't have that access, shopping online does help that, whether it be from me, eBay, Poshmark, Depop. If you have time, check out those apps because I do find a lot of stuff on there myself. You just got to get acquainted with the keywords over time. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this week's video. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below, like, subscribe. If you have any other video ideas you'd like me to make, leave them below. And if not, I will see you on my TikTok and Instagram until next week. Love you, bye.